The Dartmouth College Common App Essays. Let's talk about them. So Dartmouth College, a private Ivy League university, uses the Common App for their applications. On top of the Common App personal statement, there are 3 additional short essays that you need to complete. Only one of those prompts is required, and that's the Why Dartmouth essay. The other 2 essays give a range of choices. Today, we're going to focus on all of these essays, and I'm going to break down all of these individual prompts. Then, we'll discuss the overall strategies you can take to ensure that you demonstrated different aspects of your profile through the supplement. Let's jump in. For prompt 1, we have a Why School essay, but there's a catch. In only 100 words, you must connect a unique aspect of the college to you. Be concise and straight to the point. For inspiration, take some time exploring the college's website or affiliated social media accounts. Or you could start with your activity list, especially regarding clubs in which you've undertaken leadership roles. Look for similar clubs on the Dartmouth Student Activities page and see if you can connect those to your previous experience. What have you contributed to your high school clubs? You can connect those efforts to specific efforts you'd like to make in similar clubs at Dartmouth. And you could talk about your intellectual curiosity. For instance, say you wish to join the Dartmouth Undergraduate Traditional Ecological Knowledge Society. This would allow you to learn about American First Nations connections to the land, especially considering Dartmouth's unique status as offering a nature preserve for students to explore. You could cite previous experience, such as in environmental groups in high school, whereby you could talk about how you wish to fundraise for the society and improve the club's visibility. Bonus points for connecting this to Dartmouth's courses and professors who explore similar areas. You could also touch on your hobbies. Say you enjoy photography. You could mention that you use photography to explore the local community and how you wish to contribute to Aegis, the Dartmouth yearbook. Of course, you can also focus in depth on the academic programs that Dartmouth offers, such as the opportunity to be creative in presenting your research to the public through the Made at Dartmouth Research video competition. If you go this route, you can mention the work of any students who inspired you. Be specific here. Moving on to prompt 2, we have a choice of 2 quote questions and a word limit of 250 words. Essentially, those 2 prompts are both open-ended, and they want you to focus on presenting different sides of your profile. The Quaker prompt has the elements of a community essay, so you may be able to adapt one of your other community essays for this prompt. Or you can go in a more identity-focused direction with the second prompt. In any case, these prompts provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate a side of yourself that is not mentioned on your activity list, since you don't necessarily have to focus on student organizations at the high school level. For instance, you could talk about things like the language you learned growing up, the traditions of your family, and so on, whereby you can illustrate how you were raised, how you became who you are. If you're stuck, write down a list of at least 20 things that you think make you unique, or talk to friends or family for inspiration. For the essay itself, you can focus on details specific to you. Let's run with the environmental theme introduced in the earlier example. Say that growing up, you collected red autumn leaves in your yard every year. You can word this story as, I always remember feeling the crisp red leaves from the sugar maple in the front yard, which was planted when I was born. Then you can use the growth of the maple tree to demonstrate the passing of time as you grew and changed. Demonstrate your intellectual curiosity by showing how you learned about taxonomy nomenclature, or your family values when you helped sweep the fallen leaves, or the grief you felt when the tree collapsed during a storm and how you moved on from it. I hope this hypothetical example shows how you can take an aspect of your upbringing and connect it to various aspects of life, academically, socially, and so on. Or you could use a montage technique, listing various unique aspects of who you are, from always sleeping on your left side to eating hamburgers with 2 and only 2 slices of pickles. You can be creative in your expression. Again, be specific in your narration. Use proper nouns. So, instead of talking about your love of horror movies, you can discuss your passion for classic horror films like Psycho. Then, you can mention what you've done with this fact. Did you share a rec list with your buddies? Or have you created your own movie script? Did you start a film club at school? Action and self-motivation are important qualities the AdComs are looking for here. On to essay 3. For this 250-word essay, you'll have to choose among 8 prompts, which seems really complicated, but no worries. Let's look at them in groups. For prompts 3A, 3C, and 3E, we have a chance to demonstrate your intellectual curiosity. In other words, you can write them as a why major essay. At the same time, for prompt 3A and 3E, you can write about something other than an academic interest that you're passionate about. Say you like cooking. You can write about baking the perfect gingerbread cookies. or how you tied your family together through community cooking efforts. The most important part is showing your knowledge regarding the subject with specific details. Instead of sugar, spice, and flour, describe it vividly. A full tablespoon of ginger for the spiciness, another full tablespoon of cinnamon for my mother's love, and 3.5 cups of flour, because that's the maximum amount that can fit into our baking pan. A little bit of humor helps too. Joining cooking and intellectual curiosity is a bit common, but that doesn't mean that you can't write this theme. You just need some details and exploration of your values, like if you donate the cookies to local seniors. That would make the essay uniquely yours. Now we have 3B. This is an impact essay, which provides you the chance to showcase your impact to the community. It doesn't necessarily need to be an activity that sounds impressive. It could be something in a lesser known group, or even your family. What matters most is action. Your activity list is a great area to begin. So, if you volunteer for a food bank, you could talk about how long you've been involved there and how your responsibilities have changed over time. Maybe you developed from being a volunteer who simply packaged the goods to becoming a liaison who knew all of the bank's visitors by name. Ultimately, showcasing change through action is vital here, as that's how the admissions committee will know you could bring similar change to Dartmouth. The prompt also allows you to focus on the future, what you aim to change at Dartmouth. So this is a great option for those who worry that what they've already done isn't impressive enough. You can approach this prompt by starting with a challenge. Then move on to what actions you've taken or wish to take and how Dartmouth can help. Say you're interested in solving the housing crisis in your community, and that you hope to understand the economic and sociological reasons behind the formation of homelessness. So, you can list out the courses and activities at Dartmouth that you can experience to help you formulate a strategy to tackle the issue. This includes gaining experience while working with the Dartmouth Community Service Outreach Team, or learning more about approaches to homelessness prevention from the Nelson A. Rockefeller Center for Public Policy. Prompt 3G moves a bit more open-ended. What would it mean to be a great person? You can approach this similar to Prompt B, talking about actions and impact a great person could make on their community. It's not just about a faceless great person, but about you specifically. What will you do to be a great person? What kinds of initiatives will you take? What value do you think is precious to humanity and that you strive to uphold? You can also approach this as a model prompt, writing about someone who inspired you. This could be someone you know, like a friend or family member, or a public figure, or even a fictional character. Of course, at the end of the day, the essay is about you. So, what have you done because of the influence of said person? What will you do, inspired by that great person, in your life? For prompts 3D and 3F, we're moving on to the field of conflict. However, these two prompts are slightly different from each other. Prompt 3 involves finding common ground between different opinions. Show how you approach the topic and how you came to a peaceful solution. Neither of you must have changed your opinion, as this prompt is not about persuasion, but about common ground. The topic, however, doesn't necessarily have to be serious. You can talk about profound and complex topics, such as inequality, discussed through the lens of student organizations and courses. Or you could showcase your character through humor, discussing something lighthearted, like ketchup on chips, or does pineapple belong on pizza? It does, by the way. For prompt 3F, it's less about differences with the people around you and more about how you embrace those differences without the need to challenge them. Give details into what is different about you. Say you're left-handed. Do you use the mouse with the left hand or the right hand? Is it difficult to use power tools? Were you ever teased? Has anyone tried to force you to change your dominant hand? You can approach this by starting with a conflict and then write about how you explore the topic. By the end, you'll come to a resolution and embrace this difference as being a unique aspect of who you are. And that's about it. Just like with any university supplement, with Dartmouth, make sure you present different aspects of you across these 3 supplemental essays. This way, the admissions officers can envision an accurate portrait of who you are. If you're referencing activities on your activities list, focus on details and proper nouns. Your supplementary essay shouldn't sound like a laundry list. And if you're undecided about which prompts to use, then brainstorm a few ideas under each and see which seem to contain the most opportunity for you to write a compelling essay. Deconstructing these prompts and presenting yourself in the best light is totally doable. Anyway, let me know what you think. Are you applying to Dartmouth? And if so, which programs in particular? Which prompts are you considering writing on? I'd love to find out, so let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this content, please leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date with all the essay and school tour content I have coming out. Until then, thanks for watching, and you got this.